All right, so that's it. Hey, boys. Hey. Hey. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel RV'n and ATV'n, and I'm Dave, hanging out with the two white dogs, Mo and Charlie. In this video, we're going to go through some of the mods and accessories we put on our Kawasaki Teryx 4S. We're going to just kind of breeze through them in a random order and just share them with you. And we might even do a white dog rating on them. Who knows? So anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, first up is our flip-up windshield. I believe we got a Super ATV. And then last year we added this little extension. Can't remember where we got it, but just that little extra notch makes a big difference of letting some air in. So this was a must-have. This was probably the first thing that we put on. Next up is our cargo box from Super ATV as well. And this thing has been great. Put in all kinds of stuff, like our tire kits, air pump, tow straps, our rain gear, you name it, we put stuff in there, tools. So this has been a must right here as well. So while we're right here, we're going to go ahead and do this bumper. Don't remember where we got it, but it was also one of the first things that we put on, and it's probably saved our taillights a couple times. So get yourself a bumper. Next up is backup lights. I got these set up on a rocker switch, and it is the key power, so the key has to be on for them to work. But that's been real nice. Next up, our 52-inch light bar that we got at Harbor Freight. It's, I believe, Road Shock, and you can see a video of that as well as a review. That thing is really bright. Now, just to let you know, if you're riding in Pennsylvania, you have to put covers on these if you're out on the dirt roads or whatever and you're not on the trails. I believe it's a $100 fine. So if you get these and you're in Pennsylvania riding, make sure you get covers for them as well. Next up is our 22-inch light bar, and we put it here in the center on the bumper. It's from Harbor Freight. It's a Road Shock as well, and this baby is pretty bright as well. Next up, another Harbor Freight purchase is our Badlands 3,500-pound winch, which I didn't think we'd use a whole lot, but last year in Kentucky we used it a bunch. So definite purchase right there. Okay, next up is a street legal kit, which you can see the turn signals, and then actually goes right into the rear lights as well. And then the controls, we have the rocker switch there. And also a really weak horn. Next up is we put in a Gnome stereo. And it does run by Bluetooth to sync it. There is no AM FM on it, which most of the time you wouldn't get any signal anyway. There's the receiver. And we opted with two speakers that mounting back on the roll cage. There's Charlie. There's Mo. You can see that. We don't listen to a whole lot of music on the trail when we're together, but it does get up above the noise level. And then this is the woofer right here we mounted in between. Was going to put back there. The power amp is actually back there behind between the seats. And then also this is running directly to the battery, so we can listen to music if we're parked somewhere. But I gotta say, the subwoofer is a little weak, but all in all, it doesn't sound too bad. Okay, next up is going to be mirrors. We did side mirrors, and we also did a rear view mirror, which sometimes we don't use a lot, but it does come in handy. Okay, next up is our doggy seat, which is hard to see because of the doggies, but we have a video of this, how we made it. Real easy to put in, real easy to put out if you want to put the rear seats back in. So this was a must. It's the whole reason we got a UTV. So this is probably one of my favorite mods, is we added dome lights to the front and back, and that is actually directly to the battery, which is nice if we're just sitting, need to read a map or something. So that's been one of my favorites. You can see a video on that as well. So up next is rock lights. I did a video on these. I never did do a review on them. It's been a couple years or so, but we mounted in various places along the machine. And for the most part, they've been held up. Got one under here that got smashed. And then we lost one under here. And then, yeah, for the most part, they have held on. You can see that video. I'll put that in the description below. So we also put in a two-way radio. When we ride with our friends, we all have walkie-talkies and radios in our helmets and stuff. This is just kind of nice. Top board, and we also added an extension speaker up here. Now this is a biggie. Door extensions. Got these from Jason Glover. He's no longer doing them, but someone has this design. I'll put the link below. I actually did a video on the install of these and also a short as far as a review, and I did put the description on there where you can get these, but well worth the money, folks. Okay, so a fire extinguisher. After we saw an ATV burn up on the trail, we thought this might be a very good idea. So it's just good to have. Also, another great idea is having a spare gas can. It mounts right on the roll cage, and we've only needed to use the extra gas once. That was after about a 160-mile ride. Next up is a USB charger, which I have on a rocker switch, and you do not need the key. And it's a dual charger, and also lets us know the volts. Next up are these handles that we put up on the roll cage from Kemimoto. Just kind of nice to have there. You need to reach up and grab. Fairly cheap too. Okay, so this is really dirty. Have not cleaned this from our last trip, but we added, as you can see, a fuse box here where all the accessories run in to have an additional fuse. I also put positive and negative bus bar on there. And next and last, we ran a second battery underneath the seat, and like the module for the rock lights are under here. I ran every accessory to this battery. It's a U1 battery I got at Rural King, pretty cheap, and then a U1 box that I found at a battery outlet store. And so everything goes to this except for the winch, so that way we don't drain our main battery. And then an important thing is this side-by-side is dog rated. Alright everybody, so that's our mods and accessories on our Kawasaki Teryx 4S. It's about ready to really thunderstorm here, so I'm going to wrap this up. I breezed through these, so I didn't get a chance to do white dog ratings, but these two white dogs approve of everything because they just love to ride. Anyway, sorry for the camera work here, but it is lightning and getting ready to storm. Subscribe if you would, please. Share, like, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the trails.